and tens of trillions of dollars. It significantly exceeds the global equity markets. It's a world which is extremely vital to corporations, to banks, and to governments, supranationals, agencies in terms of the way they fund themselves. If you were designing it from scratch today, you wouldn't do it in the way that it's done. Hello, I'm Charlie Berman. I am the Chief Executive and founder of Agora, and Agora is the platform for a company called Digital Debt Capital Markets. The aggregate volume of bonds issued each year and outstanding in the secondary markets is measured in the trillions and tens of trillions of dollars. It significantly exceeds the global equity markets. It's a world which is extremely vital to corporations, to banks, and to governments, supranationals, agencies in terms of the way they fund themselves. If you were designing it from scratch today, you wouldn't do it in the way that it's done. There are a lot of processes that take place in this market which, whilst they get done, are not as efficient as they could be. So at Agora, we're working with the existing stakeholders in the market, whether it be the issuers, the investment banks that arrange these transactions, the CSDs, ICSDs, custodians, issuing and paying agents, lawyers, all the multiple stakeholders that make bonds happen and then subsequently trade. We're working with them to improve the processes by which bonds come to exist, and then throughout their life cycle, what they do. One of the reasons why we're addressing this situation now is because of the emergence of the new technologies, generically blockchain, specifically in our case, and for very important reasons, confidential permission distributed ledgers, i.e. corda, which are particularly appropriate for the processes that take place in the bond market. Really, the means of communication hasn't changed a lot in the last 35 years, but most of the users of this data do so in the form of distributable data. Therefore, sending pieces of paper is not a great way to do it, because one ends up with a lot of manual inputting and the need for continual reconciliations between the different parties. R3 has been not only a provider of a platform for us, but actually a catalyst for even our very existence. R3, specifically in the form of Angie Walker, introduced me to a number of very important people, some of whom became my partners, and organizations where there were clear synergies, clear points of collaboration. The R3 family and ecosystem is much more than simply a nice series of marketing words. It's a reality, and it's an environment in which as a budding entrepreneur, whether one's been a serial entrepreneur or like me, a first-time one, that you can develop your ideas, but also connect with and meet with the sort of people that will help you bring your idea to fruition. That provides a very good platform from which to build. However, it's really, really important that that the problem for which you're solving for is a real problem. It's not merely a clever technological solution seeking a problem, and it has to be investable. So one of the most important things is not only to be able to have an idea and develop that and express what you want to do, but to also convey that to providers of risk capital who are going to back your idea and help you bring it to fruition. As someone who's been around in the business for a very long time, in my business for a very long time, I learn something new every day, and the brain gym I get from working with R3 and on this project is extremely satisfying.